Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel for a goal planning related video. I have my first walkthrough of one of the goal planners that I got for this year. Yes, one of the, because I couldn't resist picking this one up. I didn't purchase this one in 2019 because I was like, well, it's not one that is quite as action specific, but it's more dreamy, if you will, and it's not what I was looking for last year. But when I saw it on Amazon, and it said 2020, I was like, oh, new decade. There's just something about 2020 that makes me want to go that much further and work that much harder and plan all the things and dream all the big dreams, right? I've got some really big goals set for my future. It's not necessarily a 2020 goal, like they're not 2020 goals specifically, but these are dreams that Brianna has, and she wants to start to take steps towards achieving them. That's kind of where my mind is at right now. This goal planner, this goal thought organizer is a very dreamy one. So this is by Leonie Dawson, and it is the 2020 My Shining Year Life Goals Workbook. Now she also has one that is specific to business. And the reason that I say this one is dreamier is because at quick glance, do you see the color and the doodles and the, oh my goodness, this, like, the color is what screamed to me in this book when I first bought it years ago. And I've purchased it on and off for the last like 5 or so years, and I just couldn't resist getting it again. I call this my hippy dippy goal planner because Leonie Dawson is kind of a hippy dippy type person. Like you know, like the woo-woo and the dream and the fantastical and the first thing it says, this workbook belongs to the divine, incredible, powerful, and entirely scrumptious, and then you fill it in. Like, it's all that kind of stuff. It's really a lot of fun to look in. I just flipped through it, and now I'm going to show you an entire walkthrough of this book, but it is a lot of fun. And if you're not quite sure how you want to lay out your goals and stuff this year, this is a great brainstorming tool to kind of help you start. It ends up dividing things up into a bunch of different categories for you and lets you kind of just dream and doodle freely to figure out what your dreams and goals are. So for example, we have a closing ceremony for 2019 where you go ahead and you kind of reflect back on the past year, and then you close the book on 2019 and you only look ahead to 2020. 2019 will be done, over, whatever, only forward. And then we have all of these different goals. Are you ready? We have creativity goals, soul goals, S-O-U-L, soul goals. That's really hard to say. Mind goals, relationship goals, family goals, body goals, home goals, adventure goals, financial goals, community goals, self-care goals, support goals, your shining dreams, your shining year, making your goals happen, where you actually create action plans, monthly check-ins, and note pages. That's the table of contents. Let's go ahead and dive in deeper to what's inside this book. All right, so we are going to go ahead and dive right into the 2020 My Shining Year workbook. This workbook belongs to the divine, incredible, powerful, and entirely scrumptious. It's this product belongs to, and you have a table of contents, all sorts of doodles, testimonials, things like that. New Year stands before us like a chapter in a book waiting to be written. We can help write that story by setting goals. So it congratulates you on choosing this book and whatnot, and then what do you need to make that shift happen after reading all of this? I'm just going to flip through this really quick because we could literally be here all day if I read every single thing. You schedule in your goals, you do all that jazz. It's telling you how to set yourself up here. Regularly look at your goals, and it tells you how to do that, why it's important to write your goals down. A millionaire looks at their goals once a day, a billionaire looks at their goals twice a day. So all of this is basically just the introduction of how to use the workbook, all in fun, colorful doodle form. And then the first thing that you're going to actually start to do is the 2019 closing ceremony. What this is you reviewing the past year and reflecting on it so you can go forward in 2020 with everything behind you. The 2019 review. This is new. Now remember, I didn't have this book in 2019. I think the last time I had it was 2018. So things have changed since then. For one, this book is much smaller than the books in the past, and I actually really appreciate that because they were really big. Smaller in like actual size, not in terms of amount of pages. The 2019 review. Best day, worst day, births you celebrated, deaths you've grieved, moments, etc. And you go through and fill out all of this about 2019. What inspired you? Who did you inspire? What was the kindest thing you said to someone? And you go through favorite drink, favorite book, something you regret doing, quote of the year. And then you do let's play what worked and what didn't. So there's a little chart for every single category. What worked, what didn't. Relationships, travel and adventures, and you get to fill all of this out. Creativity, self-care, home, community, finances, career, health, and family. And then for each of those, you obviously fill out what worked and what didn't. We can do hard things. When you look back on 2019, what do you immediately think of? What dreams came true during 2019? And this is just more in-depth reflection on the year. I let go of. I'm happy because of. I was transformed this year by. The incredible thing I discovered about myself was 2019 led me to. What were areas that felt out of whack, hard to follow, or crazy making in 2019, and what could be done to change them? So like I said, all reflection. You have a page for journaling and ranting. You have a page for necessary gratitude because living life in gratitude is essential. And then you have your little completion circle, which is not a new thing. She's done this every year. You put your hand in the circle, you officially close out 2019, and you let it go, and you look ahead to 2020. And now we get into planning things for 2020. Create a vision that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning. That is essential, and that is something that I am truly working towards. Invoking 2020, darling heart. Darling heart. How do you most want to experience 2020? This year you want to feel, you would like to release, you want to give yourself the gift of, so you're starting to make big general plans, things that you want out of the year. And then you get into your individual categories where you can set goals and look ahead on each individual category. So creativity, your creative goals are this year. And then she's got quotes and stuff throughout. This is one of my favorite little things that she does. And like I said, it's all a bunch of little like doodles and goofiness, right? This whole book is one giant doodle. And I think that's what I like about it. It's just so artsy fartsy that it's a lot of fun. For each section, she has doodled out suggestions. So you can color them, you can circle the ones you want. You can always draw your own if what you see isn't, if what you want isn't listed here. I just love it. So she lists the possibilities to help give you ideas for each category. Creative possibilities. We have things like write a song, learn guitar, needle felting, learn oil painting. It's down here. Scrapbooking, sculpture, sing or join a choir, sew or design a dress, color in, do a day in the life scrapbooking challenge or a 365 grateful challenge. And oh, this is AllieEdwards.com, so she's got different suggestions for resources in here too. You see that? Allie Edwards does a day in the life scrapbooking challenge, 365 grateful, and artist trading card challenge, has a little website here too. Send handwritten letters. I want to start doing that. I really do. Cooking, make a movie. I kind of do that already, don't I? So she just gives you ideas. And then another thing that she does in each category is gives you book suggestions that apply to each category. So for creativity, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, Living Out Loud by Kay Smith, The Creative Habit, How to Make a Journal of Your Life. So just book suggestions to help you grow in that specific category. And that's in every chapter, I believe. So then My Shining Soul, this is where you plan your spiritual goals, whatever your religion may be, your spiritual goals. And then she's got books for that too. The 4 Agreements, Rising Strong, Soul Coaching, etc., etc. A couple of websites and resources down here. You were born to be you for a very important reason. I love these quotes. I don't remember there being that many full-page quotes in books of the past. My Shining Mind. I love that she includes stuff like this. What would you like to learn? What are your career goals? What teachers and mentors would you like to invite into your life? Conferences you'd like to attend, workshops to attend, programs you'd like to invest in, and books you would like to read, and then book recommendations for career. Better than before. The 4 tendencies. Guys, I talk about the 4 tendencies all the time. This book is essential. Essential. Better Than Before is also by Gretchen Rubin. Girl Boss was a great book too. Oh, so many good suggestions. My Shining Relationships. My goal for relationships this year are ways I want to deepen friendships. It's not just about romantic. Love is one of the relationships, but friendships are also important. And then a couple of relationship things here. Relationship resources. My Shining Family. Your family goals for 2020, and it asks you about stuff as a mother. Obviously, since I'm not a mother, I don't necessarily fill all of that part out, but I do have a family. My Shining Body. This one's interesting. Are you ready for this? What does your body want more of this year? What does your body want less of? What kind of activities will make your body shine? What kind of food will make your body shine? How my body feels right now. I love doing this. So you write down or draw or whatever how your body feels right now. And then you get to write how you'd like your body to feel in 2020 and give a visual to not how you want your body to look. Notice she doesn't say how I want my body to look. It's how I want my body to feel this year. That is crucial, that is important, and that is something each and every one of us need to consider as we continue to do last 90 days and we start to look forward to our goals for 2020. And in here, she gives us movement options, like crazy movement options. There's running, but there's also hiking, ice skating, surfing, kayaking, hula hooping. Choose your type of dance, and she's got a whole bunch of dance options. Oh, but wait, there's more. Yoga, aqua aerobics, trampolining, add your own here, weightlifting, circus classes, anything is possible. Then you have a new section, My Shining Home. And this is where you reflect on the goals you want to set for your home this year. Areas that you need to work on, you can highlight, you can color, you can do whatever. My Shining Adventure. This is a category that not many of us consider when we're setting goals for the new year. Adventures you want to go on as part of your goal setting. Places you'd love to visit and people you would love to visit. Movies, concerts, or shows you would love to see. What countries are on your bucket list? So many good things that not everybody considers. Then there's My Shining Finances. How much would you like to earn? What is your savings goal this year? What you can do to increase your income and what you can do to reduce your expenses. And then we've got some fun doodles of different financial things you could do. Pay off debt. Learn about real estate. Use mint.com. Track money, add your own options here, work on your money blocks, find an accountant or bookkeeper, all sorts of good stuff. And then you can actually write down what your current assets and liabilities are to create your net worth. And then we've got some books about money, and then Shining Community. Community is another thing we don't necessarily think about. How do you want your community to change this year? What causes call most deeply to you? How much would you like to donate to charity? What charity do you want to donate to? How do you want your world to change this year? What could you do that would help the world change? I mean, who thinks about this when we're going into our New Year's resolutions? Our New Year's resolutions are always so self-focused, and this is taking the opportunity to get us to look outward and see how we can help change the world in our community, not necessarily just focus on ourselves personally. Some suggestions in doodle form here, and some recommended reading resources. I might use these books to come up with a reading goal for the year. My Shining Self-Care. One of the things she has us do every year is plan a retreat just for yourself. It could be upstairs or in the basement, away from your children for 4 hours, but whatever it is, she wants you to choose when, how long it will be, where it will be, and how you will use that time. Because everybody needs a break, everybody needs a retreat to be able to go off and do whatever it is they need to do to feel refreshed and empowered and ready to move forward with reaching your goals. Time reviews, pie chart of how you currently spend your time and your ideal pie chart of how you want to be spending your time. What are you going to stop doing this year? And little stop signs for you to fill in. Ritual days. This is interesting. It's kind of like, think of ritual days like the hashtags. You have Motivation Monday and Transformation Tuesday and Flashback Friday and all that. She wants you to have ritual days. Do you have Adventure Saturdays or Artistic Mondays or Spa Thursdays or Orgasm Tuesdays? Whatever it may be, create some ritual days that you can do every single week. I like to do Mask Monday personally, where I give myself a little facial before I get in the shower on Mondays. You have a couple of permission slips to fill out to give yourself permission to do something. Your mottos. So she has her mottos written down here, and you have a space to create some mottos of your own. 10 things I want to celebrate about myself, and you're supposed to curate a list. 10 things you want to celebrate about yourself. Paste a photo of yourself in the boarded frame, then all around the photo write love letters, reminders, and messages of support. How would you like to celebrate your birthday this year? A whole page to talk about how you want to celebrate your birthday this year. My birthday is on November 14th, so I have a long time to think about how I want to celebrate my birthday in 2020, because my birthday in 2019 hasn't even happened. Now she starts talking about your shining habits, and you can write down habits that will help you shine. And then support. You have a support system. What kind of support do you want? Do you have enough support in your life to thrive right now? This is very important because we also don't spend enough time thinking about the fact that it's okay to ask for help. We don't have to do this alone. Part of finding the right balance is figuring out when to delegate, when to ask for help, and what things you need to actually do on your own instead of trying to do it all. So this is a really important chapter, I think, because it just lets you reflect on what kind of help you need. Some more book suggestions. My Shining Dreams, Rounding It All Up. Guys, this is one of my all-time favorite things of this book, and I really missed not having this fun little doodly page this year. This is the 100 things to do in 2020 list. And all it is, it's literally a list that's just numbered in fun doodles from 1 to 100. And you're supposed to fill it out with things that you're going to do in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, comment down below and give me things to add to this list. It can be little things like drink a peppermint mocha from Starbucks, or go to the Minnesota largest candy store, or spend $200 on myself for no reason, or sit and read a book for 2 hours without interruption. Big or small, it doesn't matter. The point is to put in 100 fun things for you to do, big things, maybe, hit your goal weight can be one of them, but also try a new workout class can be one of them. You see what I mean? It can be big, it can be small, it can be anything you want, but I've never successfully come up with 100, and I have never checked all 100 off. What should I put on this list, my friends? Next up, we have the word of the year. This is another thing that I would love suggestions on. What's your word for 2020 going to be? I haven't decided what mine is yet, but you write down your word of the year, and then you supercharge your word of the year. She asks you to reflect on what your dream day would look like. And then she gets into an oracle reading. I'll be honest, I'm not really big into the oracle reading, so I never really do this, but you have the option to go online and do some like tarot card readings and write things down for the month. You can create a collage of affirmations. She wants you to create an everyday miracles jar where you print out this label and then you write down little everyday miracles that happened throughout the year and put them in the jar. And then at the end of the year, you have 365 everyday miracles. Kind of fun. Again, something I have never done, but it's a cute idea. She also encourages you to make your dream board, make your vision board, and there's a couple of pages on exactly how to do that. A list of things to write down when the suckies strike, what to do when everything sucks, and then you have to make your goals happen. So she has these little mountain pages where you break things down into different action steps. Write down all the steps you need to get up the mountain. So you decide what your mountain is, and then you write down all the steps to climb your mountain. And then what support do you need for the Magical Mountain Trek? And you have several pages. We have 1, 2, 3 different mountains that we can climb. So that is the prep, the goal planning for 2020. And then every month, she gives you a little check-in. So Juicy January, what goals did you achieve? What goals will you go for in February? What would you like to do differently? What do you need to do to make it happen? And then you just have that little check-in every single month, just a moment to sit, think about what worked and what didn't, and figure out what you are going to do going forward. All in this brightly colored, doodly, scrapbooky looking goal planner all the way through. What to do when you fall off the workbook wagon. Forgive yourself, review the book, go get your goal, go tell the public friends or your mastermind about your goal and ask them to hold you accountable. More quotes, and then she's going to tell you a little bit about herself, and then you have note pages. So at the end, you have a couple of blank pages for brainstorms, doodles, and whatever. Then we have a couple of lined pages, again, for brainstorms, doodles, lists, ideas, whatever. And then we have some graph paper for the same thing. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the book. So there you go. That was your look at the Leonie Dawson My Shining Year Life Workbook for 2020. The best thing about this book is it's available on Amazon, Amazon Prime shipping, super simple. Link is down below if this is something that you think would be interesting for you to use. I'm really pumped about it. I definitely couldn't wait to film this because I wanted to start filling it out. I'm so excited that something like this just brings me so much joy, and it is self-care in and of itself to be able to sit down and kind of think and reflect and do these. Between this and my power sheets, like that is self-care. Planning your goals and figuring out how you're going to achieve your dreams and figuring out what your dreams even are, small and large, like that's self-care, my friends. So that was the Leonie Dawson My Shining Year Workbook. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Is this the type of goal planner that would be interesting to you, or are you someone that needs a little bit more of a regimented, actionable, I don't even know, because there's action plans in here too. So I don't know what I'm saying. This is the workbook. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.